Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a Sephora haul. Actually, not just any Sephora haul, an epic Sephora haul on my last night in New Jersey before I start packing. And I just thought I'd film this for you now. I know I look super tired, but I just wanted to film it all so I can pack my suitcase ready for when I check out in the morning. To be honest, I have spent an obscene amount of money in Sephora. So much so that I now hit VIB status yesterday. I don't quite know what to say. I have been a VIB before years ago, but I don't tend to shop online when I'm in the UK. So when I come to America, I totally splurge, but I never manage to keep my VIB status unless I come back to the US every single year, if that makes sense, which doesn't actually happen anyway. So yeah, I still haven't quite figured out if it's actually a good or a bad thing to be a VIB member. But anyway, as you can see, I did a lot of shopping in Sephora. One bag is from New York, one bag's from New Jersey. I thought I'd try and be smart about this because when I was in New York, I was there for Black Friday and I thought, let me just buy the Black Friday deals and stuff that's on sale right now, because New York is a double tax state and I think it has the highest tax in the whole of the US. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just thought I'd save the actual stuff on my list for New Jersey because they have a lower tax rate. So that's kind of when I hit VIB status, and yeah. So without further ado, I'm just going to go through these bags and show you what I picked up. There is quite a lot of stuff in here that's for gifts. I'm doing 2 different Secret Santas this year and there's 2 other people that I'm buying for. All 4 of these people watch these videos, so I'm not going to say what is for who or tell you how much I paid for it because I don't really know who's watching this. So the first bag is stuff that I picked up from New York. First of all, let's talk about this lipstick. My aunt was in New York at the same time as us with her friend and she bought this for one of her friends and I fell in love with the shade of it. I've never seen it before, but it's a Sephora own brand cream lip stain in the shade, oh, I really can't read in this lighting. I'm pretty sure it's called Dark Forest. It's the deep green shade. They have nothing else like this, so you can't really miss it. But I absolutely fell in love with the shade. I've always wanted a green lipstick, so I'm so glad that I picked this up, especially because the formula of these are absolutely amazing. So I've got it on for the first time today, and I can't get over how much I love this shade. Another thing that I picked up, which I can't actually pronounce the name of, is the Laneige, I want to call it, lip sleeping mask. My lips were really chapped in New York. It's been absolutely freezing for our whole trip, and I just needed some sort of lip balm with a bit more oomph than my regular lip balms, and the lady in Sephora recommended this to my aunt as well, and I tried hers out. It was incredible, so I picked one up for myself. This was actually $20, I do remember this, but as you can see, Jess and I have been using it quite a lot. In fact, we've probably used about a third of this. Maybe I should have picked up another one, but this is so good. It's really hydrating, really moisturizing, it smells really nice, and it kind of leaves like a really thick layer all over your lips, but it doesn't give you the white stuff around the edges that can sometimes happen with lip balm. So I really like that, and I'm glad that I picked it up. But I also picked up 2 of these Tarte gift sets. Sephora had a lot of like gift sets at Black Friday, and I think they were slightly cheaper than they would have normally been, and I thought this was quite a nice introduction to Tarte. So I think both of these were for gifts. I've written it down on my phone who I bought what for, but I don't think either of these are for myself. And it comes with a little blush, a mascara, it's the Lights Camera Lashes mascara, and a small lipstick. I did swatch the lipstick. It's a really nice shade actually, but I don't think it says, it doesn't say what the lipstick shade is, but I did manage to swatch it and it is quite nice. It's like one of those universally flattering nudes, so I thought that'd be quite nice, and I think it's quite a nice way to try some Tarte makeup if you've never used it before. I also love lipstick minis. I love how Tarte do minis of everything, because I always just think, when do you ever finish a lipstick? Unless you're like a regular person that has like 1 or 2 maybe. I'm struggling with these bags here, but speaking of lipstick minis, I also picked up 2 of these. These are the Bite Beauty 2 mini lipsticks in a little pouch. One's for me, one's a gift, and they only had the same shades in every gift set, if that makes sense. So this contains the shades Cashew and Papaya. Again, I swatched them both. They're both nude shades. One's slightly pinky toned and one's more of a brownie nude, and I think again they're quite universally flattering. They're not too pale for Asian skin, so I thought that was quite nice, and I've wanted to try Bite Beauty for quite a long time, so again I thought these would just be quite nice just to get a little feel for the brand and see what their products are like. Next up, I picked up this Clinique Duo for myself. I've always wanted to try their Take the Day Off cleansing balm, and I love that this is a mini because, as you guys know, I live out of a suitcase quite a lot, and again it's just a really nice way of trying things. So it contains one of those, and it also has their City Block Purifying Charcoal Cleansing Gel. I know we can buy Clinique in the UK, but I've never really seen any minis, and I don't think I've tried much from them, to be honest, and this was only $10, so I thought, why the hell not? This I was really excited by because it's only $15. Again, this is a mini. This is the Becca Wake Up Cool Natural Glow Travel Duo. Again, you know I love my travel size packaging, and it contains the First Light Priming Filter, which I've wanted to try for ages, and also the Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight in Moonlight. So I thought that would be a really nice way of trying the two. In fact, I think I've got another one of these minis in a different set that I picked up. I'm not too sure, but again, it's my first time trying Becca, so I thought I might as well just pick up the mini while I was there. I love how Sephora do minis. I wish we had more mini products in the UK. Speaking of which, another Becca product, this wasn't in the sale, but it was just way too cute for me to leave just in the shop. It's the Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. This was just in their travel size section that they have by the tills, but I mean, when do you ever hit pan on a highlight? But this is just so adorable. I couldn't leave it in the shop, and it's in the shade Opal. Oh, it's just too cute. The next thing I picked up, actually I thought I put this back, and then I found it in my bag and I was glad that I didn't put it back because I did want it. I just didn't know if it'd be cheaper for me to buy at home. I just thought I'd take the plunge. This is the Stila Eyes for Elegance liquid eyeshadow set. I feel like every single blogger and their dog owns this, and I've seen it all over my Instagram. It must have been on sale recently, which kind of makes me feel a bit bad for purchasing it for full price in Sephora. It was quite pricey, but I only really wanted to try the 3 glitters, and the set that had the 3 glitters in was different to this, and the shades weren't as nice, so I thought I would just buy the full set. At first I didn't think I'd use these. I thought I could maybe split them up and give them as gifts to different people because they do make quite nice stocking fillers. But then I thought about it and I was like, do you know what? I love matte eyeshadows, I love matte lipstick. I probably will use all of these. I swatched them in store as well because they hadn't opened one of these, and I was like, do you know what? This is happening. I'm really glad that I picked this one up. The next thing I picked up was a very last minute decision, and I'm really glad that I did because I love these gift sets that Sephora do, and I just think they're really good value for money. I picked up this Sephora Favourites Prime Set and Go gift set. This is for myself. It was $42, but apparently the retail value was $124, which is insane. And there are so many products in here that I've wanted to try for ages. So again, it's really good because they're all small. There's only one thing in here that I've tried before and I do actually like. It's not amazing, but I've just opened this box up already so I can show you what's inside. So it contains the Becca First Light Priming Filter again. I'm pretty sure that's the one that's inside the other box. I hope I like it. If it's exactly the same one, I might re-gift one of them. It has a Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I've never tried Cover FX before. The Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I've not tried any face products from Hourglass apart from their liquid lipsticks in the past. The Laura Mercier Mini Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Look at the size of that. That's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I love the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I've literally just finished it. I wanted to purchase this one next to see what all the fuss is about, so I'm really glad that's included in this. It also has the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. Again, I was going to buy the full size version of this. I saw the price and I was like, what if I don't like it? Because Milk Makeup is quite pricey. The Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water I have tried before. I don't think it's amazing. It's quite nice. I don't use it as like a primer. I don't think it does much. I just like to spritz my face with it after I finish my makeup, so that's quite nice to have a travel size version. Yeah, that one. There's also the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. Again, I love facial mists. I love their Rainforest of the Sea packaging as well. It's really nice. And last but not least, it contains the Too Faced Peaches and Cream Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. That was a really long sentence, but again, that's a really decent size too, so I thought this is just a really nice way of trying so many new products, and I'm actually really glad that I picked this up. Right, so moving on to my New Jersey Sephora haul, which by the way, there's more stuff in here than there was in that, so I apologise. I should have warned you at the beginning of the video to go grab a cup of tea, because you know, you probably need one to get through this video. I picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prison palette. I feel like this is limited edition. I think that's what it said, but every single Sephora that I went into seemed to have it in stock, so I don't think it's one that was like necessarily hyped. I know the Subcultures had pretty negative reviews and they had loads of those in stock, but just because of the reviews, oh, this is beautiful. I wasn't really tempted by the Subculture because of the reviews, but because I love the Modern Renaissance so much, I just really wanted another Anastasia palette in my life, and this is so different to anything I own. I mean, it's so far out of my comfort zone, but it's just such a beautiful palette, and when you look at it closely, I think there's so many wearable shades in here. It doesn't look like it altogether, and I'm not so sure what I'll do with that lime green. Oh, I don't want to dent it. I mean, there are obviously a few shades I probably won't wear, but I mean, It's Anastasia Beverly Hills. I just feel like this is one of those brands that every time they release a new palette, I'm just going to want to buy it, and I'm actually really glad that I missed out on the Subculture one. I did manage to swatch it in store and it wasn't really like the Modern Renaissance, so I'm kind of glad that I skipped that one. Oh, another palette. This is the Tartelette Toasted palette. This was at the top of my list. I feel like I own every single eyeshadow palette that Tarte have come out with, and I just wanted to add the newest one to my collection. I love every single Tarte palette that I own, apart from their contour and highlight palette. I think it's called the Pro Glow. That one wasn't great, but every single eyeshadow palette that they come out with, I just absolutely love. And this one is so perfect for me because it's all neutrals and warm tone neutrals too. So I'm really glad I picked that up. This was a gift. It's the Urban Decay Vice Liquid Lipstick in the shade 714. I know we can get Urban Decay in the UK. I was trying to literally just buy stuff that we can't get in the UK, or stuff that's cheaper out here than it is at home. But this was half price, and it's actually a gift, like I said. But 714 is such a beautiful shade. I had a sample of it. Maybe not in the liquid lipstick actually. I think my sample was the regular lipstick, but I just don't think you can go wrong with it. It's a cool toned red and it is just stunning. So I'm really glad that I picked that up because I've never seen Urban Decay for 50% off. I was really surprised by that. This is also a gift. Again, it's the Laneige, because I loved the lip sleeping mask so much. I found this mini. It was $10 and it has the lip sleeping mask and it also has a water sleeping mask, which I think is for your face. I just thought that would make a really nice gift because that is such an amazing product. I think that one might be pretty good too. Again, another gift. I actually don't have this Tarte palette. It's the Tartelette Flirt palette. I have the other two Tartelette mini palettes, which are actually the only two eyeshadow palettes that I've brought on holiday with me, and one's called the Pro To Go. I can't read the name of the other one from here, but they're really good quality, and again I just think this would make a really cute gift. I would have picked one up for myself just to complete my collection properly, but they only had one in stock, so I thought I'd let one of my friends have it instead. Let's see what we have. This is literally like a lucky dip bag, is that what it's called? I'm just reaching in here. Oh, okay. I picked up 3 liquid lipsticks from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I did want more, but I was trying to be good because it's not obviously that cheap. I picked up the shades Crush, Sepia and Dusty Rose. I don't know if you'll be able to make them out. I don't want to open it all up because I want to package it all up nicely, ready to take home and then photograph and do all that jazz. So I'm pretty sure you'll see these cropping up on my Instagram at some point. So just keep an eye out on there if you're interested. So when I first went into Sephora, this guy offered to help me and I said that I want to try out multiple foundations and be shade matched them. He was really reluctant to shade match me on my face for some reason. I don't really know why that was, and actually it was really annoying because he kept throwing things into my basket. He looked at it, he's like, oh, this would match you, and he chucked it in, and I was like, no, I don't think that will match me, and also I'm not just gonna buy a foundation blindly, like who does that? So I made him shade match me. I think at first maybe he thought I was just wasting his time and I wouldn't actually buy them all, and I was like, I'm not from here, like this is Sephora, I'll buy anything that I like, trust me. So the 3 foundations I really wanted to try was the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I'm a little bit worried about this foundation, not gonna lie. I'm really stupid. They had free Wi-Fi in there and I should have checked. There's a couple of YouTubers that I watch that are exactly my colouring. We wear the same shade of foundation across like the spectrum, if you like, and I know one of them wears this. He shade matched me to Tan Sand. I really hope this is my shade because you guys know how fussy I am with my base products, and I kind of blindly bought it. We went shopping in the evening as well, so it wasn't even like I could just step outside and look at it in natural daylight. There was no daylight, and shopping centres in the US are so big. I'd be walking like half a mile just to try and find an exit. So can we please just pray for me that this is actually the right shade? I'm not convinced. The next 2 foundations I bought, I loved the shade match of this Anastasia Beverly Hills stick foundation. This is the shade Caramel. I think this is going to be a really good match. I've never had a stick foundation before. They just don't seem to do my shade. I've always wanted to try the Makeup Forever ones and I'd have to buy 2 and I refuse to do that. So I'm really excited for that one. And last but not least, this was a very expensive foundation. I think it's probably about the same price as my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. It's the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Matte Foundation. I never thought that I'd like a matte foundation, but the only one I bought with me on holiday is the Fenty Beauty one and I absolutely adore it. So I just thought I'd give this one a go. I've heard a lot about Milk and we can't get it in the UK, and he shade matched me to medium tan, which I think is a pretty good shade match. I think these 2 I'll be okay with. It's just this one I'm a little bit worried about because one looked a bit too pink and one looked a bit too ashy, and you know me, like if it's not 110% spot on, I'm just not going to wear it. Let's just cross all our fingers. Back to Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have a feeling this was on sale in the UK, but I just I couldn't resist it, because I never buy makeup online. Even if it's on sale, I just don't trust my own judgment. I end up with the wrong shades. I don't like what I've bought. But when I'm in Sephora, it's almost like American money, like dollars are like Monopoly money. I'm just like, yeah, take it, take it. I'll buy it without a second thought, and then I regret it later. But I managed to swatch all of these. This is like the trio of mini liquid lipsticks, which again is great because I don't think I've ever finished a liquid lipstick, and it contains the shades Dazed, Bittersweet and Hudson. I don't think these are part of the main collection because I couldn't find any of these to swatch, but luckily they always keep an open pack of these to swatch, and they're all beautiful shades. They're all fairly deep nudes, which is basically what I love, so I'm really glad I picked it up. Just don't tell me if it was half price recently in the UK, because that will make me cry. I'm actually losing my voice as well because I'm really ill. I picked up this Stila glitter liquid eyeshadow thing in the shade Molten Midnight. I don't know if we can buy these individually in the UK actually. I heard someone saying that we couldn't, but I'm pretty sure we can. This is basically the black one, and that's the one that was calling my name ever since I first saw it. It's a shame that they didn't have it as part of their little trio set, but I just thought, you know what, it doesn't matter if we can get it in the UK. Like, just look at how beautiful it is. The shade is just, oh, I just love it. I just had to have it, especially with Christmas coming up. I think this will be perfect, and oh, mixed with that red one in that set I bought, I think that'd be really good. Let me know if you want a tutorial on that. I also found a Sephora own brand colour corrector, and I think this might actually be quite a good shade match for me, which is very surprising because I never think anything is a good shade match. But this is the shade Orange/Deep, and because it isn't a neon bright orange, I was like, yes, this kind of reminds me of my Bobbi Brown one, which is basically the only one that ever works for me. So I'm really excited to try this out. Oh, okay, I have a bit of a story. Sorry if this video is really long. Okay, let me show you the last thing before I move on to the story and show you the last three things. I picked up another Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, but this is the cream highlighter, and I picked this up in the shade Topaz, which is not like me. I don't really know why I did that. Oh, I'm totally gonna ruin this. Ah, I've ruined it. Oh, that's the shade there. I just thought it was really unique, and when I swatched it, I just thought it was so beautiful. This is gonna get really messy and disgusting. The testers were awful, and the guy was even saying to me, he was just like, this is just what happens, it's a cream product. But this isn't actually a mini, this is their full-size one, because I think the cream ones are smaller, and I couldn't remember if I'd bought Opal or Moonstone the last time I was there, so I didn't want to get the same one. So this time I've got Topaz, the other one's Opal. They didn't have Champagne Pop in this, unfortunately, but this was on sale for $19, and I think it's normally $30 or $35. I could completely be making that up, but it's normally quite expensive. Okay, so 3 more products and then we're done, I promise. When I went into Sephora, I saw the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. When it was first launched in the UK, I wasn't that tempted by it because I never fall for a hype. I've never tried Huda Beauty, but I'd already written down the price of it at home, and I knew that it was going to be considerably cheaper in Sephora. Not considerably, but a little bit cheaper in Sephora. So I thought, let me just actually have a look at it in person and see what I think. And I went to 3 different Sephoras in New York. It was sold out. My friend was actually in New York at the same time as me, also from London, and she'd gone to loads of different Sephoras and she couldn't find it in stock anywhere either. So when I went to this Sephora yesterday in New Jersey, I saw it, I touched it, I swatched it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this palette in my life. And of course it was sold out. So I asked the guy if they had any more in stock, and he was like, if you drive 30 minutes down the road to another Sephora, they've got 3 in stock. So I said, can you give me the address of it so I can see how far it is from my hotel and things like that? It's a long way to go for a palette, right? So as he went to go and get me the address, him and these 2 other girls that worked there were whispering. So I was thinking, are they talking about me? Like, what's going on? And then a good 10 minutes later, as I was queuing, this lady comes up to me and she's like, were you the girl that was after the Huda Beauty palette? So I was like, yeah, why? You don't have it in stock, right? She was like, Merry Christmas. This is my good deed of the year. Literally, I was like, are you joking? She was like, yeah, you can have mine. And I was like, are you serious? Like, oh my gosh. At this point, I was now like, crap, my basket is so heavy. Like, do I want to add like another $50 odd to it? I couldn't really say no after she handed it to me, and I'm really glad that I have it. I don't want to open this up, I'm really sorry. I will definitely post this on my Instagram so you'll see it. But basically she was trying to say to me that all the staff had reserved a palette each for themselves, but she hadn't been able to afford hers, I think, yet, so she'd still kept hers aside until she could pay for it. But she let me have it, and I was like, that's so nice. And she's like, I felt bad because you're not from here, you're going back to the UK soon, and she let me have it, and it was so nice of her. But before she let me have it, when I thought I couldn't buy it, I picked up 2 of the Huda Beauty minis. Like, I'm actually ridiculous. I could have easily left these at the till, but I just thought, meh, I might as well. Again, I love the fact that they're really small and compact and they're easy to travel with. I picked up the warm brown Obsessions. I mean, of course I did, that's all I ever wear on my eyes. And I also picked up the mauve one as well because I thought these shades are really pretty and right up my street. I'm really glad that I picked these up because on this trip I've just brought too many palettes with me and I've been away for about 10 days and I haven't regretted it at all. I always think that I need a huge variety of eyeshadows and really I don't, so I'm glad I also picked these up. Also because that was the trip where I made VIB, and when you hit VIB status they give you like an upgraded card. It's like a silver card, but that entitles you to 10% off your next purchase. And it was the same lady that gave me the Desert Dusk palette that served me, and she knew we were leaving the country in 2 days. She was like, do you know what, I'll just give you the 10% now. So basically all the stuff that was in this bag she gave me 10% off of, which was so nice of her, and I was like, oh, I just love you. She also gave me loads of samples as well, which I'm not gonna go into, but Sephora are really good with samples normally. The first time I went in, she was like, we're not doing them because it's Black Friday, which is fair enough, even though I spent a lot of money in there. These are all the same. She gave me loads of the Fresh Rose face mask samples, which is great, and some Black Up makeup, which isn't really gonna be for me, but foundation samples, which I thought was really nice of her. So yeah, that concludes my epic haul. I'm really sorry if I bored you with all of this. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If there's anything in particular that you'd like me to review, write a blog post on, do a speedy review or a first impressions or a tutorial with, then please do leave me a comment down below and let me know. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. Keep an eye out for my Glossier haul. That's a whole separate video in itself, which I'm about to go and film now. If it hasn't already gone up, it will be going up very soon, so make sure you're subscribed to keep an eye out for that. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!